Welcome back to Fitness Focus with Chau, Hybrid's new podcast. And with us today we have the wonderful, the energetic, the exciting Candice Abraham-Santos. Welcome, Candice.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you for coming. So, your story is actually quite interesting. So this is actually going to be a very, very interesting and exciting interview, at least for me. You went from, well, let's just say your success story actually happened during the pandemic. So that's one of the things that makes this as exciting as it is, right? But you were telling me that you were always into fitness, but how did you get your fitness start?
My fitness start? Well, I've been working out my whole life, basically. Started when I was about 10 years old. So my mom was always into working out. She was very active when I was growing up. So she used to bring me with her when she used to do her aerobics classes. So I just started accompanying her to the gym. And, you know, in the beginning, I would sit on the sidelines and look at her. And then eventually, you know, it looked fun. So I started to, you know, be part of the class, and I was enjoying it. I loved it. But I mean, I was still young. I was like 10, 11, right? So, but everybody was so friendly. The instructor was super friendly. And a couple of years went by, and then I started to lift weights with her. So we became gym buddies. Nice. So we just started working out alongside each other, and I just, you know, made friends with everybody there. So I started with that. So lifting weights, aerobics, I loved it. And my dad actually suffered from high cholesterol when I was growing up. So that really taught me the importance of, you know, eating a healthy, balanced diet. Staying active. I also suffer with scoliosis. So I had to wear a back brace when I was about 15. And wasn't such a nice experience. You know, like kids were not so nice then. So I had to wear my, exactly, it's gotten worse. So I had to wear my back brace under my school uniform. But I mean, I had to go to physiotherapy from a young age, do a lot of back strengthening exercises. So that I guess was a different side of fitness, still important, right? Rehab. So I guess that mixed in with my dad, you know, having to cook and eat healthy, and just my mom being gym buddies alongside each other really just got me active from a young age, and I was always super passionate about it. It was always, you know, a stress reliever for me. So anything that I was, you know, feeling challenged by, anytime I go to the gym, you know, I just felt so much more accomplished and mentally stronger and more resilient after.
I know that feeling all too well. Yeah, so that's really how it started, and it's still with me from like up to this day. So you told me that you never got into any sports, but if you could choose a sport today, what would it be?
Well, I always say, I mean, I love dance. I love to, it's just so beautiful to watch. I love to see ballerinas. I love to see gymnastics. So if I could go back, I would definitely say I would do gymnastics or dance for sure. Yeah.
You know, our producer and creative director is a dance instructor.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh.
Yes, I am plugging verb
Latin dancing too.
Yes,
any kind of dance.
Instructor Anderson Mitchell down in Central at the brand new Raw Fitness Health Center, Health Club, in Brentwood. So you all gotta check him out for sure.
My parents actually, they dance for years now, and it's so nice to watch them. Like,
I know.
Yeah, they love it, and I mean, it's still not too late to learn. You're not too old to learn, but it's just beautiful. Like Latin dancing, I love bachata. It's so sexy and romantic, and but yeah, dance and gymnastics is just really lovely to see. So
you know, afterwards you can
Dancing with the Stars, like that's my little, you know, one of my favorite shows to watch with dancing. Yeah.
You told me though that people have asked you, as we're on the top of the sports, asked you to compete in bikini fitness, and you declined.
Well, it wasn't like a straight out like, you know, come do this. I mean, they've inquired. They you know, up to now, you know, they would say, you know, you should do it, and I thought about it, but it's just, you know, like this lifestyle is really, I do it for me, you know, I do it to feel better and balanced, and I just didn't feel the need to take it to that next step, at least not yet.
Right.
It just doesn't really, I wouldn't want to use the word extreme, but right now I'm just more about balance, and,
Right.
and doing what makes me feel good and happy inside. And I just feel like that's taken it a little bit of a step up, which is fine for what you're into. But for me right now, I'm just not there yet,
Right.
So I might change my mind. I'm not sure, but for now, I'm happy and content with the way that I live my lifestyle. And
those things are a lot of work.
it is a lot of work, and yeah, definitely is a lot of work. So I have a lot of respect for those who do compete. But I mean, I never know. I mean,
One of our competitors competes in women's physique. She's an IFBB, not competitors, contributors.
Right.
She's an IFBB pro and things.
Uh-huh.
That's Fiona.
Right.
Yeah, she actually competes, and right now she's going through competition.
Yeah.
prep right
Yeah,
now,
it's
and
hardcore.
She's actually kind of chronicling some of the challenges that she's facing on social media, so that people who don't know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about, she's talking
It's
about.
a lot. I mean, it's a
you know?
lot of sacrifice. I mean, fitness is sacrifice. I mean, but I mean, I'm fully on board. When I mean, if you want to go after something, give it 110%. I mean, that's how I am. But for the time being, I'm just, I'm good where I am. So just balance and doing what feels good for me.
So what made you decide that you want to take your fitness experience and pass it on to others?
Honestly, I mean, COVID, the pandemic has really affected a lot of people, just physically and emotionally, financially, everything. It was definitely a challenging time for all of us. And, I've always been passionate about health and fitness, and it really just, the time that I was stuck at home, I mean, I kept up my exercise routine for my own mental health, first and foremost, right? Luckily, my husband is a physiotherapist, so he had access to the clinic, Renew on Rush Street. So, I was able to go and work out still. They have weights there, they have a treadmill, but gosh, without that, I would have just been, even more in a mess. But
You would have gone crazy.
yeah, but I just felt like, getting my workout, and I always just feel, again, just more resilient, stronger, feel like I could take on anything. And I just really wanted to share that with other people, I just came out of the pandemic feeling like, I feel like this is what I'm meant to do, I feel like I'm meant to push people and just help them understand the benefits of exercise and eating better, and I just feel like they just maybe not as aware of it, so it's just to kind of encourage them. I felt like I was inclined to just motivate people more, and just in a safe environment too, because I feel the gym could be a little intimidating for some people, so I just wanted to do it more on a private scale and just help people that just still kind of overcoming certain fears, and just give them the confidence a little bit that they need to start.
So on your journey, you decided to get certified and whatever, and the 3 certificates that stood out, of course, are by the ISSA, Elite Trainer,
Right.
Sports Nutrition, and Transformation Specialist. What made you choose those 3 certificates in particular?
Well, I was doing a lot of research on courses. I had my Zumba certification. I did the Strong Nation, which was Strong by Zumba. So I had a couple of those from before, but I was doing research on ISSA, NASM. I know a couple of people that did the ISSA, and the reviews were good, and I heard that they have really good educational support. And that was important during the pandemic too, right? So that made me choose the initial personal training certification with them.
Right.
So just from, chatting with other friends that did it, and so I did that. And then nutrition is something it really works hand in hand with each other. You can't train, and you can't out-train a bad diet, as they say, right? But just from a more holistic point of view, so yes, you want to eat and be fit and look aesthetically, sexy, or whatever your goals are personally, but again, you want to fuel yourself properly, make sure you recover from your workouts properly, just feed your body properly, so I think the nutrition aspect was important, especially for women, because, I just think, it just plays such a big part of everything. So, nutrition for sure. The transformation specialist was really just to get into the more psychological side of everything because just from working with clients over the last year especially, you know, a lot of their hurdles are psychological.
Right.
So,
Very true.
you know, so they come and they want to get the results, you know, but a lot of things are holding them back. Either if it's just confidence-wise or just, you know, you really need to get your mindset right before you really step foot into a gym and start working out. Like that is the first step, you know. So just, I mean, working out helps your mindset is all connected, but so that kind of doing that course really allowed me to just dig a little deeper, you know, try and figure out what gets people to tick a little bit, you know, like asking specific questions, just discover, like, just get to know them on a deeper level.
Right.
You know, just care, like, figure out who they are as a person and work with that, you know, and really just kind of break up things in pieces, you know, set smaller goals, because it could be overwhelming, and you know, people just get beaten down and they quit before they really see results. And so I just really wanted to connect the psychological aspects of everything with the fitness and top it all off with the nutrition, you know. So it really is just like a nice holistic approach to health, really, you know.
I actually did a consultation with a client the other day, and you know, the same thing you were talking about, the cycles and stuff. She told me that she has started exercise so many times, and within a month to 3 months stopped. You know, and there's always you know, things like realistic goal setting, understanding why you're in a cycle of probably eating badly or not sleeping, why you don't want it, all of these things.
Emotional eating or border,
So all of these things really, you know, and I think that you deciding that this is something that you want to include in your certification actually, and this isn't just mental flattery, this is actually my opinion, this puts you a step ahead of a lot of other trainers out there.
Right.
You know, I remember watching a show. I hope you don't mind if I babble a little bit.
No,
I remember watching a show. A lot of people know it, the Biggest Loser.
Right, yeah.
And there's a trainer that was on the Biggest Loser. Now she's very blunt. So
this is Chilean Michaels, right, okay.
She's very blunt. So she has a lot of, you know, people who hate on her thing.
Right.
But I listen to not how she says things, but what she says, and the content of what she says is pretty much sound. She just doesn't always express it right. But one thing I distinctly remember about when she was on the show is she would train and scream and yell and you know, and push her clients, or her competitors, so to speak. And then afterwards, you will see another clip of her and the client just sitting down,
feeling defeated,
talking. And you know, he or she is going through some of the emotional issues that they're facing at home. And Julian is there hugging them and crying with them.
Right, okay.
You know, so there's an understanding that there has to be a psychological aspect to fitness, otherwise you may never achieve your goal.
Agreed.
You know,
for sure. And I feel like a lot of well, not a lot, but there's some trainers, I guess, that they don't really take the time to understand like what people might be going through and maybe tweak things a little bit. You know, not everybody's the same. Everybody has their battles, and you know, you really have to take some time and get to know each person and what makes them tick. You know, like not everybody's motivated the same way too, right? So some people like to be pushed harder, some people need a little more of a gentle approach. So like it's just really understanding and just caring a little bit, you know.
True.
So
while we continue, Anderson, can we get some of the videos of the clients training? Right. So we're talking about certification. Are there any other certifications or certificates rather that you actively want to pursue, that you identified and said, I want to do this, I want to do that? Because you've said you're already certified in certain aspects of Zumba.
Yeah. I would like to take the nutrition a step further. I was just taking my time with everything, because I literally did 3 courses back to back. Right now, I'm actually doing my pre and postnatal certification online. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it's a pretty full schedule because, I see my clients mornings and evenings, and then I have a house call in the middle of the day, and then whatever time I have, I just kind of dedicate it now to the pre and postnatal course. Because that's really the next direction I want to take things. I think it's really important as a female coach as well, because some clients are going to get pregnant at some point, even myself, so I'm just trying to prepare for that. And so maybe after that, I would like to maybe do another nutrition course, but I would also like to travel and do something more international. So my visa had actually expired during COVID, so that kind of prevented me.
Yeah.
And obviously we were in lockdown anyway, but when things opened up, I only just got back my visa like a month ago. So I'm actually looking at seminars right now. There's one in LA that seemed really great. They have a 2-month one, like they take the certification, like they have another Elite Trainer certification, but I don't know if I could go away for as long as that. So they have seminars, like weekend ones. So I was doing some research, and I'd really like to do one of those as well. So this year, I think, like between the pre and post and that, like that might be okay for this year. But I'm all about like learning. It's, never ending. So the more you educate yourself, the more you're able to, serve more clients and help more people. So one day at a time, but nutrition for sure, and pre and postnatal is on my agenda right now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now, I have always thought about owning my own fitness studio, but I've never really made the step in that direction for various reasons. But you did. What made you decide that this is how I want to train people?
Well, there's a lot to that. So, taking things a little deeper, I guess. I worked in my family business for like about 15 years, so it was a long time. I'm from South originally, San Fernando. And again, the lockdown experience just pushed me more into my health and fitness. It just provided me with just the mental resilience to get through everything, and just feel stronger and everything. So I wanted to share that with everybody, and I think the more I thought about it and I did my courses during lockdown, I felt like this is what I really should be doing, At the time, I just didn't feel like the gym environment was really my, the way I wanted to start, like when I really looked at what was happening around me, and also the way that I felt around people in the gym, like I just felt like there are a lot of people that didn't feel, confident, or didn't feel, I don't know, like they just didn't feel supported, like a lot of people would start the gym, like we're into fitness, we work out, but there's some people that they just don't know where to start, and I feel like going to a gym that's so public is scary, right? So I just kind of looked at that aspect and what was kind of missing in the industry right now. And also with the circumstances I was given with the gyms being closed, right? So I didn't even have the option either to say, okay, I'm going to start training people in the gym when gyms are still kind of half closed and people don't feel safe, they don't feel comfortable. So it's all this kind of back together, the intimidation, the confidence, especially when people are eating a lot of food during lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody gain weight, right? They gain weight. They don't feel good about themselves. They feel like people are going to judge them. It's just like, I didn't want to start like that, right?
Yeah.
And even for me, like I remember even being active as long as I have been, I still felt a little insecure sometimes in the gym. Or, men hit on you, no offense, like obviously everybody's different, like not every man, but, like women feel like, it's like, you feel like uncomfortable sometimes, right? So.
Yes, I understand completely, because I have a lot of female clients, and it's a similar story. They prefer the one-on-one thing, they prefer the at-home thing, the online thing, the outdoors thing to the gym thing. But exactly what you're saying.
They want the support, but they also want they need the help, right? And they need to be, they need to be looked after. Like, there's a lot of people even in the gym, they're not paying attention to, you know, you have a trainer sometimes, but they're on their phone or you know, their mind is somewhere else, they're juggling too many people, too many things. It's just, you know, they're not getting the support that I think they really need. So I did some research. So basically, I'm rambling a little bit, sorry. But
You ramble. This is interesting. We're enjoying it.
okay. So yeah, so I mean, I started with the online videos at first because I had started at Body Beat. So my friend Ariane, she was pregnant and she was looking for a trainer to take over her clients when she went on maternity leave. And also, like, I got a couple offers, not offers, but a couple trainers that approached me when I was now starting and, you know, wanted me to come on board with them. And I said, you know, like, I feel like, gosh, you know, like, it took me so long to leave my job and to go off on my own. And I feel like I just have to believe in myself a little bit. You know, I could do this on my own. I've been into fitness for a long time, you know. So I took Ariane out of the couple of people I spoke to. I said, okay, I could help Ariane out. And, you know, so I was grateful for that experience at Body Beat. She kind of mentored me a little bit.
Right.
And I was there, and gosh, again, lockdown happened again. So they had to close. And so now I'm like, oh, what am I going to do, you know? So I started recording videos, online videos. Like, I created a whole online virtual library sort of thing. So I started recording 4 workouts a week, and I made sure it was presented lovely and everybody got a nice little welcome packet. So I started with no clients from the virtual videos. You know, like, you sign up for a month, you get access to 4 videos a week, and I did really well. So after doing that, you know, I did the research for studio because I felt like, okay, well, you know, people are enjoying it, and they were asking me where my studio is for when things open back up. I'm like, well, I don't have a studio yet, you know, like, I just have the virtual. And I didn't want to go back again into a gym setting for the same reasons I just told you all. Even Body Beat, like, you know, they're pretty full there. So I felt like, okay, well, I have to find somewhere, right? So did the research, and I found a couple, like, an esthetician I know, she was moving into Normandy, which was, you know, nice and private. So I just had to make a decision. You know, I think, okay, Normandy is nice and private. I literally, like, had a hotel room, and, like, it was just, it needed work, you know, like, I had to paint, and I made it, you know, like, put lights up and got a little sign, and the money I saved from my virtual like my virtual videos and stuff, I just put into buying equipment and getting the room organized. So when things open back up, I felt like, you know, I could start training people, and I really just wanted to provide that comfort, you know, like, you come to me, like, I'll take care of you. So it's a lot more personal and fun, and you know, everybody's welcome, you know, fit girls who, you know, haven't worked out in a while. So I'm just, you know, it was just a nice, like, easing back into exercising kind of thing. So now I'm trying to expand and hopefully get a bigger space soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot happening.
We're going to take a quick video interlude. We're going to take a look at the We Are video. While Anderson pulls that up, one question.
Okay.
You told me you can do about 2 or 3 people at a time in your studio. What is your maximum number of people in the studio that you would like to have?
Oh, you mean like when I move?
For you training on your own.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, right now I'm limited because of this space. So I'm 2-3 right now in an hour. But ideally, I would like to maybe go up to 4 people an hour and then do evening classes or classes at peak times.
Right.
So maybe like 8 to 10 people for classes.
Right.
And then, you know, still offer that personal experience, but maybe like 3-4 people kind of thing in a session.
I have to say, I love that answer because I often see people in outdoor settings, right? Training 8, 9, 10 people at a time.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a class setting, yes.
Yeah.
But what I notice is that, you know, you have one person doing everything perfectly, and then somebody can't do anything at all. And then everything in between, and the trainer is just not able to pay attention to everybody.
Well, how could you, right?
Like,
It's
So
hard.
I actually think that it's important to have a number of people that you can actually handle.
Yes, for sure.
So that you can make sure and pay attention to everybody.
Yeah.
You know? All right, so let's take a look at that video.
Have I ever been a victim of body shaming? I would say recently, as I've gotten into fitness, especially in the Caribbean.
Have I been a victim of body shaming? Yes, I have.
Have I ever been a victim of body shaming? Definitely yes.
I have been a victim of body shaming.
I have been a victim of body shaming, especially when I was pregnant.
Do pregnant women face body shaming or other types of ignorance?
Yes, I have been a victim of body shaming.
I have been a victim of body shaming.
Yeah, I've been a victim of body shaming quite often.
Interesting thing about body shaming is it doesn't take any one form.
I have been a victim of body shaming throughout my life, really.
Have I ever been a victim of body shaming? Yes.
Welcome back, welcome back. What you just saw was a little, I guess, promo ad for Hybrid Magazine's, Hybrid Caribbean's annual print magazine. It's a special collector's edition known as Hybrid Body, where we have various athletes in posing for tastefully done nude photos. The whole goal is actually to take an active stance against body shaming. Because at the end of the day, everybody has something to say, but nobody should have any right to say. You know, it's rude, it's unkind, it's mean, and it actually hurts people a lot more than you think. It's essentially a form of bullying, and we don't stand for that at all. So what we have, just to give you a little preview, we have like bios and then we have a couple people here.
Talk about QR codes.
Yeah. You have some people here posing and everything. You know. If you want your own copy, of course, you can contact any member of Team Hybrid or any one of the athletes who posed for the magazine. You can check us out at our website, hybridcaribbean.com. You can actually make the order and purchase it online directly. And when you get the magazine, actually, you have a few. I know you might have seen it, but let me highlight it there. A little QR code, scan it for extra special content, you know. And to you, Candice, I would like to ask what you think about the magazine, you know, because it's making people, as well as the push to take a stance against body shaming.
Oh, well, I'm all for that, yeah.
You know, if you're not too fat, you're too skinny. If you're not too skinny, you're too muscular. You're too everything.
Yeah, once you're happy with yourself, that's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to do what's best for you. And you can't really let other people's opinions hold you back too much, so.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what we would like to actually do is give you your very own copy.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, also, if you do purchase one, part of our proceeds do go towards charity. So it's not as if, you know, we just taking all the money. We actually try to actively give back to our community, which is all of you. All right? So, moving on. There's actually something that I saw on your social media that I absolutely love. I understand the three collage. You are a bit of a motivator also.
Oh.
yeah. I'm looking at all these motivational quotes all over your Instagram and everything, and it's actually wonderful because at the end of the day, you never know who is ready to give up, and boom, they come across one of your things like, this is
uplifting.
This is my sign to keep going.
Right.
You know, so
100%.
Why did you decide to actually do the
quotes?
the motivational stuff?
I've always been a quotes girl. So, I mean, it's just always something that I just turn to. My friends know me for that. They would, joke around about it sometimes. But I've always been, anytime I feel like I'm struggling and feeling a little defeated, I would always, just read a poem or just look up something inspirational, and I would always go to that, and it helped me through stuff. So it's just been part of who I am and what kept me going personally. So I just thought I wanted my branding to be me, like fully me, who I am, what I'm about, and I just wanted to incorporate that into my brand and into my page. And so I mean, my page is really a reflection of who I am, and I wanted to share that with everybody. And I mean, if somebody's day, is brighter, or they feel like, they could go on because of one quote, I mean, that's all that matters to me. If I just have one person, then I doing my job right. So
you see, if you save one person, then you've saved the world.
Yeah, so I just wanted to really bring that to light. And, so it's just been me. I love quotes. I love inspirational quotes. I know it might be cheesy for some people, but that's what
I don't care who thinks it's cheesy. I think that you and I share something in common in terms of us, why we are sharing our passion for fitness with people, in terms of a push or an attempt to actually actively help people to move forward in their lives in some way. Right. So that's why I introduced the motivational quotes in the way that I did. That if somebody might be having a crappy day and they just scrolling through Instagram and see one as like, all right, this is my sign to get up and do something for myself.
Agreed. So, there's so much negativity out there too. So I just feel like it needs a little more positivity. People need to be uplifted a little more, and just good vibes.
Definitely. So let's talk modeling. And I specifically say modeling because if you see this girl's Instagram, you swear she's a professional model. You see, you would have seen from our promo, she poses up. Yeah. But
that's it. Big up to Lida and Thomas. He put me on a wall.
But there are two aspects to this though. One is that you model to advertise your brand, your brand as a trainer, as a motivator, as somebody who's just out there to help people to get some level of positivity in their life, right? But you're also a brand ambassador for Fit Appeal.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about both aspects. What made you decide that you're gonna, I'm phrasing like this deliberately, put yourself on display to advertise your brand?
Okay, so for my brand plus Fit Appeal,
just for your brand alone for now.
Okay.
We'll talk about Fit Appeal after.
Well, I mean, I've done modeling over the years, not so much recently. So I guess it was just, again, it's just part of who I am and bringing that, to my brand. So it was just easy to promote like that, I mean, and I just wanted it to be natural and fun. And like Lindy from Fit Appeal, I've known her for years. Like we actually know each other from since high school days. We lived in the same area, so we've both always known each other, and we've always been into fitness, right? So that just kind of aligned. So when she asked, I've always, from day one, I've bought her clothes. She has fabulous taste. She's a lovely person, so I love her stuff. So I mean, over the years I've always bought her stuff, and it makes me feel good. I mean, girls like to feel sexy when they're working out. It gives them more motivation, right? So I started buying her stuff over the years, and she asked me maybe 2 years ago, I think, to come on board, and it was just like, of course, you know. So, I mean, it just aligned, you know, like the fitness and the clothes and the personalities and just being part of a community of, you know, just fabulous women. You know, Steph is there, Thema, Lindy, and me. Like, it's just fun. It's just, you know, it's just, we all motivate each other. So, the modeling just really, I mean, I've done it, and I just try to bring that to the page, and, you know, just whatever chance I guess I could rock her clothes, you know, because I mean her clothes are amazing. So, oh gosh, well half the clothes on my page is fit appeal. I make sure and wear it.
So the same one picture we use where you leave on the wall is that?
Yeah, no, the swimsuits is not fit appeal, but all the gym clothes is fit appeal. So the picture of me in the black and gold is fit appeal.
Right.
So yeah.
Lindy do sell underwear.
Not yet.
Well,
actually, I did buy underwear from her once.
I will say this.
I think she does.
It's important to say not yet, because at some point she was not selling plus size clothes, but she finally found a way to get into the market, and now, now she is.
The demand is there. Yeah. Because there's, I mean, underwear. I mean, it's all like, you have to wear comfortable
Lindy
underwear.
is evolving. She will probably get into underwear, swimsuits.
I think she has. I actually bought a swimsuit from her once.
Right.
And it was, I think, the same line from the clothing. Like it was a fitness line that I guess did swimsuits as well. So yeah. So she's getting there for sure. Yeah.
Nice. So we had a really nice discussion that I'm hoping to recreate. A really nice discussion before the podcast.
Oh.
So I am gonna ask you this, because we've touched on little aspects of it here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get into this particular aspect now.
Right.
In trying to get people fitter and everything, you quit your job.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes or no?
Why don't you take us along that journey from full-time job,
right,
traveling to South, I guess from Port of Spain every day, to full-time fitness?
So it's a lot. I mean, to be honest, you know, candid, I mean, COVID was tough on our family business, right? We distribute restaurants and bar supplies. I mean, I'm no longer there. I'm fully into my studio and fitness now. But it was challenging, you know, for a lot of people, but our business really suffered because obviously bars and restaurants were closed for so long. But before that too, you know, I really was struggling with the commute because, I mean, I'm from South originally, like I've stated, but now I live in Port of Spain. You know, my husband lived in Port of Spain, so I'm now up here. And, you know, the drive to South and back every day, it really takes a toll on you, you know, and I try to be disciplined and super organized. You know, I always pack my gym clothes the night before to make sure no matter what, I work out after South, whether it's in South or I come back up the road and then I work out. It just was always something I did. And I tell people this, like, yes, you're busy, but if you make things a priority, if you make it a priority, you get it done. Yeah. You just have to figure out a way to make it work. You don't have to be perfect every day, but I'm sorry, like, you could get it done if you really put your mind to it, you know? So you just have, there are ways, you know, there are ways.
I also try to tell people.
Yes, you just have to be, you know, just make it a priority. Just do what you need to do. You know, prepare meals in advance. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. Yeah, but but yeah, I really was struggling with the commutes. And initially, you know, like I took a pay cut because, you know, my family, they could be a little rigid. You know, like they're a hardworking bunch. But I really didn't have the flexibility that I would have liked to have from being there for so long. And you know, like I was originally trying to do a town branch. And, you know, so my goals pre-COVID was really to focus on, you know, building a Port of Spain branch for our business and doing fitness part-time. So that was where my head was. But, you know, we didn't really see eye to eye on that, and it just didn't really seem like it was going to happen. So, I mean, COVID I took the pay cut and I said, okay, you know, I'm going to gradually maybe work from home twice a week, go to South, find a way to just make it work that's a little more sustainable, even though even if I lost money in the process, you know. But again, I put my health first, so, you know, that was always important to me too, you know. Yes, work is important, but if your mental and physical health is declining, then, I mean, you know, you have to really take a look at your priorities and what matters most to you, your balance, you know, your time with your husband or your kids or whatever. Like, you figure out what matters most and your peace of mind and where that comes from, on top of obviously making a living and, you know. So I guess I was kind of forced in a way to make a decision, you know. So along that, you know, with COVID and the business struggles and everything, you know, I just decided to take a chance. You know, I said, you know, well, things are not doing so well. I mean, it would always get better, but I just feel like no matter how I looked at it in my head, I just felt like fitness is just where I should be in life right now. You know, like, this is what I was meant to do in some way, and I just decided to take a chance on myself, try it out, see what happens, you know. And it was very scary. I mean, leaving your job for, you know, something new is scary, right? So, but I just had to trust myself and take the leap, and you know, I just wanted a life of more balance, and, you know, so I went for it, and there I am. You know, I mean, not every day is easy, but, you know, I mean, I do what I'm passionate about, and I try and give 100%, and, you know, I'm grateful so far for my clients and everybody who supported me, and my family supports my decision as well. I'm
actually gonna ask that.
Yeah, no, they really do, and I think I've given so much time and energy into that, and I think it's time that I really put some of that energy into something that I'm passionate about, and see the potential for growth there, and I really just also wanted to do something that impacted other people positively. Like, I just wanted to feel like I'm contributing to society and I'm making a difference in some way, and so that was really important to me as well. So it's just a combination of COVID and just trying to, you know, make things work financially, but also just, you know, finding your passion and just living as authentic as I can be. So yeah.
So are you happy with your decision so far?
I am. I definitely am. I mean, some days it's a long day. You know, and I mean, I don't see why, like, you could change. Like, you don't have to do the same thing all the time. Like, you know, I think there's always room to evolve and grow as a person. You know, like, if something doesn't work, you pivot a little bit. So I think, you know, it's just to get out of that fear mindset and just do something, just try it, and, you know, and you know, I'm a little hard on myself sometimes, but at least I could say, well, you know, I tried that, and if it don't work, it don't work. But so far, I'm happy. You know, like, it's a long day, like I said. You know, you wake up early. You know, you have to be disciplined. You also have to take care of yourself, because I realize so far, you have to get your rest in. Like, it's easy to, like, want to help everybody and put yourself last. And the kind of person I am, you know, I could do that easily. You know, like, I tend to, you know, want to help everybody, and, you know, but you need to make time to take care of yourself. You still need to do your workouts too. That's important. So you have to, like, figure out your life and what, again, rest time, preparing your own meals the same way you tell clients to, you know, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like, trainers know what they should do, but then you look at your day and you're like, you end up probably grabbing something when you go to eat, because, you know, all of a sudden you realize, oh gosh, well, I haven't eaten yet. You know what I mean? So you really have to, like, exactly, right? I mean, so it's just, but I am really grateful, and I'm happy so far, for sure. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So, like, I was actually gonna ask this in a different way, but I'll ask now. What was the adjustment like, specifically in terms of maintaining your own fitness and nutritional routine
Right.
when you started to train other people? What was that?
Adjustment. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's a good question. So, I mean, I was always an evening person to work out. Like 6 o'clock was always my time, like for years and years. You know, like I had my schedule, right? I like structure. You know, that's me. I like structure. I do well with structure. But obviously that had to change as a trainer, right? Because that's like your peak time, right? Well, one of them. So now I work out at like 11, 12 in the morning. Right. So what I do is So I have my morning clients. Right now my hours are like 7 to 7. Just because like I haven't started group classes yet, because I wanted to, of course, get a bigger space. And I just didn't want to open up the 6 o'clock yet until I have a class for it to just be more worth the time and, you know, just seeing people showing up and everything. But it's still a long day, 7 to 7. So I have my morning clients and I take a break from 10 to have my breakfast. So I don't eat breakfast until 10. And then I train either 11 or 12, and then that's when I get my workout in. And then, of course, I start back again in the afternoon. So, but I prioritize my workout. Like, I make sure I pack my breakfast and have a little time to digest and just get it done.
Did you, like, plan it, or was it just trial and errors? Like, okay, I know that afternoons from 5, 6 people are going to, that's when people want to work out, so I can no longer work out then.
Oh.
Or was it just that,
oh gosh,
okay,
no.
I want to start training people, and then you suddenly realize?
Yeah. Like, it was definitely a transition, because when I now started, I mean, I had no clients. I started from scratch, right?
Yeah.
So I started first with morning clients. And I actually thought evenings would get filled faster than mornings. It was the opposite. Yeah. So I started off with morning clients, and I had the evenings empty for a little while. So I still had my 6 o'clock time to work out. So it was kind of gradual, you know, like for a little while I got maybe one evening at 5 or one evening at 6. And then the evening started to book, and then I realized, okay, well, this can't work anymore. But in the first few months, it was tricky, because like I realized I was kind of missing meals, and like I was figuring things out. And of course, like it's a lot of stress too, because, you know, it's a new venture. You know, it's a lot, it was, you know, you kind of doubt yourself sometimes. So it's a lot of anxiety, especially with COVID happening still. And, you know, so I got the hang of it after a while. So eventually I realized that is the better time to work out and eat without being interrupted too much. Yeah. So that's what it is like now. So it was definitely interesting. And I have to say though that I do not miss working out 5, 6 o'clock. I actually feel pretty good working out at 11, 12 and just getting it done. It's just like probably the most odd time for the average person. But
I used to do that also.
Yeah. So it's before lunch, and then I have lunch after that. Yeah.
So something actually came up the other day. It was a funny video of a guy eating a plain, completely unseasoned chicken breast because it's the healthy way. But I mean, here's the thing, right? 2 things. First of all,
like
we live in the Caribbean. Flavor is just part of who we are.
Right.
You know, flavor, rhythm. I think those are the two things that are, you know, just in our DNA as Caribbean people. And secondly, most seasonings, most herbs, most spices are actually good for you in some way.
Of course, yeah.
They are high in fiber, high in nutrients, and you know, they help with blood pressure and all these things. So I want to hear your take on this guy with his plain white chicken breast.
No, man. I mean, I'm all about balance. Like, I mean, nothing's wrong with eating clean, and I mean, but no, I need a little seasoning in my chicken. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, yeah, no. You could have the boiled legs, you could have the grilled chicken breast, but that's taking it a little too far for me. But to each their own, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know about all of that, yeah, but
yeah.
I'll find the video. I can always show you the video after if I find it.
Yeah, I season your chicken a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, you don't
have to fry it, you know, you can grill it.
That's something.
Yeah, you know, just some kebabs.
Even if it's just
Add some veggies.
Even if it's just garlic.
Yeah.
Garlic, listen.
No,
I am going to share with
but herbs
you.
and spices, like you said, is good. I mean, it's not bad.
I'm going to share with you guys my secret salad dressing recipe. It's literally lemon juice, minced garlic, olive oil. You can add salt and black pepper to taste if you want.
Agreed.
You can add shallow benny if you want. But those 3 ingredients, that's the basis of, and boom, flavor.
Yeah.
You can
Honestly, you could just throw some olive oil alone, and if you really want to eat, like, you know, but that is perfect. Agreed. Yeah.
You know. All right. So that pretty much, I think, brings us to the end of our interview. Except.
What about the glute kickbacks and the...
Oh wait. Before we go there, yes. Let's take a look. I think at Candice herself working out. Because we were talking a little bit about
growing those glutes.
Let's get into this. We were talking a little bit about
the glutes.
You're getting your own workouts in.
Right.
Stuff,
Yes.
right?
Yes. It's important. For months, I mean, I trained myself for 2.5 years. But then, am I on?
Yeah, you're on. You're on. We're just making sure that the videos are coming up.
Yeah, no, I trained myself for 2.5 years. But now I have a friend that comes by the studio because the company is nice, you know, and he helps me. He spots me because, you know, like, obviously it's hard to go heavier without somebody to spot you. So I'm grateful that he's back. And I could bounce, you know, the energy off of him a little bit. Because sometimes, you know, like, you need that too as a trainer, you know. Like, you train people, but then, you know, like, to give yourself the same energy sometimes could be tough, right?
Yeah,
so
every trainer needs a trainer. I need to find myself a good trainer because...
Yeah. And then you want somebody that you trust and feel comfortable with the energy exchange.
That pool is very small.
I mean, I will train you, but it's a female gym.
From the conversation and stuff.
For now, because I mean, you never know, right?
You
Down
never
the
know
line.
when you expand,
Exactly. I think that might be an option. So right now, just because of space and...
I would urge you, even if you do expand to unisex studio, to still have women's only classes.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of exactly what you spoke about.
Yeah.
A lot of women, and it's my own gender's fault, you know. Largely.
Yeah.
They go to the gym and they hear men grunting and groaning.
Yeah.
They hear heavy weights falling all over the place. Everything is eyes on them.
Yeah.
They are constantly approached. Well, you know, you're not doing this right.
Yeah.
Even though their
form is
better than the men who come to correct them. But
you see why it's important to know your anatomy, people.
Constantly being hit on, and it's, I mean, honestly, my gender makes it extremely difficult for you all in the gym.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. But even for me, like, as a woman, I mean, it's just me there, like, running my business. So
So you having that, giving that space to women, I think is extremely important in terms of women being empowered to go after their own health and fitness, look at their own health and fitness.
Yeah, that's what I wanted it to feel like, you know, like you're working out at home but not, and it's just comfortable, and they really do feel that way, I think, you know. So I'm glad that I could provide that. And even like, you know, sometimes people are going through stuff at home, and, you know, that's their hour to just kind of decompress. And I wouldn't say, you know, like, bad talk, whatever, issues, you know, but I mean, it's just their hour, however they express themselves, if they have something on their minds, you know. And then I wanted that, having 2 or 3 people instead of 1, you know, that energy exchange between those people, I could sense the difference too, because obviously it's nice to have the one-on-one, you know, me and one person. But having 2 people, you know, they form relationships with each other, and they find comfort in each other, but it's still intimate enough where they could focus, because people could get distracted, and you know, so it's a nice balance of fun, but still, like, you get your stuff done and you feel good when you leave, you know.
It's not one of the best feelings as a trainer to see your clients interacting with each other whilst, because you know, you're like, at least I found that in situations like that, it keeps the atmosphere light enough
For sure.
that people don't feel overly stressed and
Yeah.
also overly watched.
Exactly.
Even like us, the trainers.
Exactly.
You know, they're able
Yeah.
to get the work in
Yeah,
still,
and they
you
get
know.
motivated too if somebody, if they're formed, they can look at somebody else and be like, okay, well, one day I'll get to that level, or like, it's not a competition either. Like, I always say, like, I want good vibes in the studio, so I never want anybody to feel like less than, just because somebody's, maybe a little fitter or maybe doing it for longer. Like, I want it to be motivating, not like discouraging.
Have you had clients actually motivating each other, encouraging each other?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, like they give hugs to each other sometimes. Like, it's so nice. I want it to just be like, I just want people leaving feeling better.
Yeah.
So even if they one day they might feel, like they don't have all the energy in the world, but showing up is the most important thing. You show up, you give your best, and you leave. And once you leave feeling more empowered or just less stressed or whatever. Like, I just want it to be a positive experience, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
so.
All right. So now, I believe I jumped the gun before. Our producer pulled me up and everything. But now, we do want to get into that last segment. The little segment affectionately known as the last rep.
The last rep.
The last rep, yeah. It is, I guess, a rapid fire question and answer segment,
Should I be nervous?
Should you? So, as we're about to get into it, I need to ask one question.
Okay.
Do you think you're ready?
Ready? Sure, yeah, I'm ready.
Sure.
I was born ready, yeah.
So, question number one. What's your favorite junk food?
My favorite junk food? Pizza.
Well, at least you didn't have it. A lot of people get totally stumped.
Chocolate cake. Could I choose one? I don't know. I love chocolate cake. But desserts and junk food is two different things, is it? Okay, yeah. Chocolate cake and then pizza.
Okay. Squats or deadlifts?
Deadlifts.
Legs or chest?
Legs.
I agree with you. Yeah. What's, when you have a really stressful day or whatever, and there's that one exercise you're going to go to, as a pick-me-up, what's that one go-to exercise?
For a stressful day, I have to choose one exercise. I would say I like push-ups, but squats make me feel empowered.
I know, right?
Yeah, squats, ropes as well, battle ropes. I don't know, so many things, but I like push-ups.
We need a video
yeah,
of you doing battle ropes,
There's a picture of me I sent you doing battle ropes.
Yeah.
But squats are definitely like.
Not a video.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, but come on, like everybody has to squat and they just, you how to get the last rep in and.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I crushed that. I feel good now. Yeah.
So, if you can pick one person as either a training partner or a trainer, anywhere in the world, who would that fantasy trainer or workout partner be?
Oh Lord, wow. Well, I was gonna say Jillian Michaels actually. Yeah.
Would you believe that she's like on one of my top two lists also?
But what I like about her is that she's just no BS. Like she's just straight up. She tells you as it is. I actually look at a lot of her educational videos, and she just breaks things down so easily for everybody to understand and quick. And I just love her. I find she's just her personality and everything.
What I've found is that when she's not a subject area expert, a subject matter expert, she literally comes on and says, I consulted with the subject matter expert.
She's just
and
honest.
This is what they told.
She's honest.
But, as much as she breaks things down, I've realized that people are determined to
bring her down.
Because she has, when she spoke about the connection between being overweight and certain health issues, they call her fat phobic, but these are actually things that are documented in medical.
Exactly. Yeah. But everybody's so sensitive now.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
So she walks a very interesting road.
Yeah.
but her knowledge, her ability, there was this one
She's
time-
very experienced. She's been in the game for it so long.
I saw her. There's this show called The Doctors, and on The Doctors there's this one really fit doctor, and she got interviewed, and they decided they're going to do a pull-up challenge.
Right.
Not pull-up, they're just hold.
Yeah.
And the two of them went up, and he started to struggle and shake and go down, and she's like, "Oh, you're done already?"
No, she's strong. Huh? She's tiny, but she is
Yeah.
strong. She has a lot of body weight exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love her. I mean, I could name a few more, but like for one person, I would stick with her for now.
Fantasy, well, sorry, not fantasy, but favorite workout music?
Soca.
Duh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, for sure.
That is the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. That is it,
Yeah, especially if it's like hits or something. Like I need to be pumped, you know.
Some people
Like
give
they,
all sorts of answers, but
yeah,
soca is
no,
clearly,
but like
you
day
know.
and hits, I need soca. But honestly, like there are days where I need something a little chill. But soca is usually my go-to, like 90% of the
Well, that's
time.
why there's groovy soca.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Cardio or weights?
Oh God. Weights.
Favorite sports? I can't ask you this one because you already play sport. Well, I guess
Football.
football?
Yeah.
Have you ever played football?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm good.
That's alright, it counts, it counts.
But yeah, I could imagine myself dancing or doing gymnastics.
Well, Timo's your friend.
Yes. She could teach me all kinds of things. I wish I was as flexible as Timo. That's like my dream.
I think Timo doesn't exactly have joints.
I know, it's
I think they're
amazing.
Like you know, it's
Yeah,
she really is.
That's
all
what-
jokes aside, she's absolutely incredible.
She is
and
amazing.
complete off
She got bones.
Yeah, but she's
that's it,
such a
got
beautiful
bones.
person. So she's lovely, but
Oh, yeah.
but she's so talented. Yeah,
And motivational.
very,
I
very.
can see her as if she hasn't gone far already. I can see her going much further.
Yeah.
Because she really does have a lot inside of
For
her,
sure,
you know?
100%. Yes, agreed.
Protein supplements or diets?
Either, you mean?
Yeah. Which would you prefer?
Well, I would always say try to get your nutrients from food as much as possible. I only supplement if it's really necessary. I mean, I believe in having a good protein shake, like
Yeah.
just because personally, I mean, I lift heavy, so and I'm on the go a lot. So if you don't have access to high quality protein, it's just more accessible, it's easier, it's convenient.
Right.
But I would definitely say try and get as much from food first,
Yeah.
and then you could, add on a supplement after if
I hear
necessary.
you, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Last question, deepest question, most important question, most challenging question. Are you ready?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm ready.
TV or cinema?
Hmm.
You see?
That's hard. I would say TV. Yeah.
The ability to just stay at home and watch what you want to watch.
Yeah. I mean, you could put on movies at home too, right? And you could, snuggle in bed on your blankie. You can't bring your blankie to the movies, right? I mean, you could, but I would say, yeah, TV.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough.
That's challenging. That's a challenging question.
That's what
How
I
did
said.
people answer that?
I warned you, So, we want to say thank you so much.
This was fun.
It was, wasn't it?
It was very fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for indulging us in our little silliness at the end there with the last rep. It was enjoyable.
That was nice. That was nice. I'm curious to see everybody else's answers as well.
For the last one in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
Did most people say cinema or TV?
I think most people may have said TV. I'm not 100% sure, but I think most people say TV. But there are a few who will espouse the cinema going experience because it really is. It's a different experience, as you know.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going with friends.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going.
Yeah.
My wife and I try to go.
To see Thor.
I haven't seen Thor yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Right.
We will see when we can.
It's
do
just more
that.
of an outing, right? I mean, something
yeah.
to do with your
And then, of course, in
closest peeps.
in movies that's pretty much rely on visual effects and CGI,
Right.
the bigger screen.
Oh
makes
gosh,
it
for
look-
sure, yeah.
So,
That's a different thing, yeah. Like you
You
must do it justice, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who prefer that experience, the home experience, but a lot of people do prefer the home experience, so therefore TV.
Yeah. Depends on the movie, and yeah. If it's a Marvel movie, my husband definitely wants to go to the cinema.
Duh. I
So,
mean, duh.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, being like in my lounge pants and or pajamas is with popcorn is always good too.
You can do that in the cinema.
Well, yeah. I guess. Hard question, damn.
Anything you want to say to your adoring public out there?
No, I will just say, like keep pushing. Don't let the opinions of other people bring you down too much. Just keep believing in yourself and just keep going. Stay positive, stay healthy, stay happy. So yeah.
Lovely. To all of our viewers who watch live and who will watch the recording after, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with us. This is actually a very special weekend. No big major event except with us. We are doing a twofer, which means that tomorrow we will be right back here with Dexter Simon for episode 10. So that's 2 in a weekend. Consider yourselves lucky. Thanks again, Candice Abraham-Santos.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was fun.
All right.
I hope what we said inspires you all in some way and keeps you all motivated. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see a lot more people, and we will let you know when Candice expands her studio, so you could give her a call and get some training.
Definitely.
All right, folks. This is Chau tuning out. See you tomorrow.
Bye.